we are, back to the platformer marathon. It's funny, when I wanted to do this last year, I figured, oh, platforms don't take that long to make, this should be fine. I guess, to be fair, I overstepped when I wanted to talk about those other games, but I also wasn't in the best place when working on those, so I wanted to put out quality work, but now we're good to go, and ready to take on... Oh right, Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. What's funny is with this game, I had owned on the PSP, which I don't even remember buying it, but my account said I did, so it was one of the few games that the old PSP would play since the UMD reader stopped working. But anyways, let's get the formalities out of the way. Insomniac made Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon in October 2000, the Year of the Dragon, which must have been a nice timing, I'm sure. This is the last title that Insomniac Games worked on for the Purple Dragon before working on the next platformer for the PS2. In an interview with the CEO after the game's release, Ted Price said that after 5 years of working on the series, they couldn't do anything new with the character, and the team also wanted to work on other projects, which is fair enough, I suppose. Once again, I will be looking at the Spyro Reignited Trilogy version for quality purposes. With all that out of the way, let's go ahead and see what Insomniac hatched for his next adventure with Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. We begin with the events of the last game. It's the Year of the Dragon celebration, and new dragons have been brought into the world. I guess after the festivities, everyone passed out, and Bianca's taking advantage of the situation, manages to steal all the new dragon eggs, but not before waking everyone up. However, she still manages to escape with the army of Rhinox, the main mooks of this game. One of the fairies says that they saw where the eggs were, but they were too heavy to carry back, and that the eggs are in the Forgotten Realms, a place where dragons used to live. Because the dragons are too thick to squeeze down the holes, they devise that Spyro and Hunter go rescue the missing dragon eggs. Yeah, Spyro is still wearing his glasses, why do you ask? The main villain being the sorceress, who, as we see, wanted all the dragon eggs to apparently bring magic back to the Forgotten Realms. According to villain turned protag Bianca? I don't know. Apparently Hunter wants her, and because she just wants to learn magic, she's helping the sorceress and tells Spyro multiple times to leave. Throughout the adventure, a returning greedy moneybags is holding animal hostages, being Sheila the kangaroo, Sergeant Bird, Bentley the Yeti, and Agent 9 the monkey, which, after paying for their bail, Moneybags lets them out, and each of them pays Moneybags for his kindness in letting them out. After which, they all offer to help Spyro on his adventure. Yes, Spyro took a page from Sonic with the extra colorful cast of friends. As we continue to find out that the sorceress wants to kill the newborns and take their wings. She says she doesn't have to kill them, but it's easier that way so she can use their wings for a youth potion. Well, I guess Bianca isn't so bad. She kidnapped the baby so that way they could bring magic back, not to kill them for some kind of magic potion. Whatever. After Hunter gets kidnapped while Spyro is collecting eggs, Bianca lets him out after finding out the true reason, and we go take down the sorceress, which I know we aren't at this segment yet. Fuck this fight in particular. The aiming of the ship specifically sucks and flies like a goddamn boat. One final shot and the sorceress goes down, and with that, Spyro goes and sees all his friends in search of Hunter to go gather the rest of the dragon eggs. But they say they haven't seen them. Yeah, Hunter apparently Stockholm Syndrome progressed, or maybe he's got a thing for bunnies. No judgment here. Spyro sees Hunter and Bianca together to say that another warrior falls prey to love. Not before joining Alora and watching the same show.
Hey Jimmy. Double standard!
The last bit of credit sequence plays with all the newborns happy in the realms, ending Spyro 3. Yeah, not much to really say. Another simple platformer story. It does what it needs to. Spyro has conflict, collect MacGuffins, stop bad guy, roll credits. But why didn't I just simplify the story segment? Well, I needed something to pad out the runtime. I mean, have you seen the length of this video? 3 games in and Spyro still controls the same, and it's business as usual. Spyro can charge into enemies, glide, use his breath weapon, but he also keeps his power-ups from the last game. So he can ground pound, climb on ladders, Sparks can point out missing gems, and Spyro is no longer hydrophobic. Well, sometimes. Power-up gates return, Spyro can fly for a period of time, go from shotgun fire blast to long-range fireballs. For one level, he actually gets the ability to freeze enemies, which leads to some unique mechanics. Then his shield power-up, which is used to get around hazards, and in some levels swim under toxic waters. Flying stages make a return. Hunter is available on the maps like before, but this time you play as him to do the mission. So at least this time the man is putting in the work and not relying on us the whole time. However, this time there's also races, and it has to be something with the Reignited trilogy, because while flying isn't much of an issue for doing the time attack modes, these tight turns that he lazily drifts to makes it hard for these high-speed accurate racing, which cause a lot of unfair deaths. Speaking of, I know people also didn't like the dueling dragons missions, and yeah, it's f***ing annoying. Like, it's hard to describe controls, but just imagine you're trying to hit a target that moves faster than you can move, and with a slow-ass projectile. Other than that, no complaints on Spyro's end, but this game isn't just about Spyro. His friends are here with their own set of levels. Sheila has this super high jumping ability as well as her ground pound. She's a bit slow at times when you're just trying to get a move on, but she has a nice control mechanic. Sergeant Bird is interesting as well. He waddles pretty slow, but you just have to get used to his flight mechanics, and his segments usually require him blowing something up with his homing rockets and finding them throughout the stages. Sometimes the camera can get in the way, but most of the time it's passable. Bentley. So he was the most annoying to me. Like, for one, he moves slow, like really slow. He's also a big mother too, like he chunky and takes up most of the screen. And they give him like the third person over the shoulder. It's just annoying. Also, boxing, no problem. Literally just spam uppercuts and push forward. I don't know why people find this hard. What I do have an issue with is his pretty much useless moveset, because sometimes I'll go to swing at an enemy and they'll hit me first, or I have to do like a jump attack and his reflect move is really situational and doesn't act like a block like I thought it might. Agent 9 legit is pretty fun. So in the original, he was the blueprints for Insomniac's next big game, Ratchet and Clank, and while he was awkward to control in the original game, in this one he has a proper aiming reticle and he can strafe while shooting in opposite directions, as well as being able to move up and down without being in first person. He also has like a Doom level that's interesting. Not so much to get all the gems since Spark isn't seen, so you legit have to comb the area. Speaking of Sparks, he has these like bullet over the top sections, but like my problem is why not go the extra mile and make these like twin six shooters in the remake? Because while strafing is nice, it's kinda awkward, but luckily all you have to do is get to the end of the stage for the Dragon Egg and collect all the gems and then you're done. There are some different vehicle sections, but like they're okay. The biggest one that stands out is the skateboarding section, which definitely proves this game came out in the 2000s, when it's trying to get that Tony Hawk gameplay going. They're okay. What's not is that the racing on the boards is so finicky. I don't remember if it was like this in the original, but multiple times I found weird glitches, or like I go to do say few flips, and Spyro goes into this weird gliding mechanic and just crashes, and I have to restart the entire race. Music is actually really interesting. While nothing stuck out besides Fireworks Factory, the soundtrack was composed by former drummer of The Police, and that's just really cool. I had no idea he did that. Like, it does make me appreciate the soundtrack a lot more. Other than that, the game does reward you for 100% completion. If you get all the gems and eggs, well, first you literally ram moneybags at here to refund you not only the gems you gave him, but the man was gonna sell a dragon egg, that money-grubbing son of a bitch! But hey, now you got these interesting areas that just pay a hell of a lot of gems, which is nice seeing that total rack up. There's also one more fight with the sorceress, but like, I don't think it matters too much. You do get an interesting total, beating the game getting 112% completion. Like, such an arbitrary number, but what can you do? Final thoughts. It's better than the first, but I guess weaker than the second one for me. But overall, if you haven't played Spyro and you are curious, pick up the Reignited trilogy. It's a solid purchase. However, I personally don't think I'll revisit this particular Insomniac title anytime soon. But that's not to say I didn't enjoy finally putting the Purple Dragons trilogy to rest. I mean, there are other titles in this series, but that will be for another time. I don't know, maybe if you guys are interested. But next time, we have one more title before we jump to the next gen's mascot with Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Looking forward to it. But hey, you did make it to the end, so I guess you liked the video. Or if not, tell me in the comment section below, and go ahead and make sure you tap that subscribe button and smack that bell to know when the next video is out. Make sure to check me out on the Bluebird, the Purple Box, and Nostalgia Cam if you want to see more of my art, as well as whatever updates and gameplay I'll be giving in between reviews. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again real soon.